everyone, it's Natalie, and welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Today, I was supposed to be filling my new raised bed, but I had so many other things to do, I couldn't get around to it. So, I'm out here now, but I have very little daylight left, trust me. But I just wanted to give you a little look at how far I got as far as filling it, okay? And here she is. I've made progress. Okay. So we know what the first layer is. We don't need to go through all of that again. The cardboard and all of that. So it's pretty close to the time for me to put in that top layer, which is going to be our good, rich soil to grow in. So just wanted you to get a good look at it. One thing I do tell you, what bothers me is that little rod. Those bracing rods in the middle there, they kind of, they get in the way. They're necessary. They are necessary. I understand why they're there, but they do get in the way. I noticed that. I'm going to walk over here to the other raised bed. Okay. Now this one on this side, there's one right there, but it doesn't give me as much trouble as this one over here. When I first got this raised bed, and I have to admit, I didn't feel this one. When I mean feel it, like feel as in, the whole lasagna thing. It was my first time filling a raised bed of this size. And I feel like I didn't put enough filler in the bottom before I added that top layer. And, but I've been making up for it. I have been filling it in spots where I feel that is not deep enough, deeply filled with good soil, like right in this area where there's a rod, a bracing rod, right there. You can't see it because I fixed it. It was poking up out of the soil, and I actually had to move one of the cabbage plants. I moved it from that area. It was right next to the bracing rod. And I moved it over there in the middle, and look how happy that plant is. It's been transplanted, and look how happy it is and how well it's growing. So that's good. That's a good thing. That means I have good, rich, fertile soil here. Everything looks like it's growing well since I'm looking at it. Look at that. Just a week or so ago, this was covered in snow. Just a week or so ago, all of this was covered in snow. But look at that. Everything looks so nice and green. And I'll tell you what I did. I came out here, I watered everything. The rain watered everything. And then I also, I fertilized it. And before I sign off, I will show you what I fertilized it with. It's something new that I'm trying, and I will let you see in a second. Okay? But back over to the new raised bed. Let's just take a look at it and see how far I got and how pretty it is. Okay, that is the Reseda Green. It's a 17-inch. And this is a 9-in-1, but this is the configuration that I chose. This is the setup I chose, which is a 8 foot by 12. I'm sorry, 8 foot by 2. So it's 8 foot in length, 8 feet in length, 2 feet across. And I think that's perfect. I'll tell you why. Because I like to be able to just travel around the edge of the bed like this and work from either side. I hope that was a good shot for you. Without having to bend over to get to the middle. Because of my back issues, because of the issues that I have with my shoulders, it's becoming hard for me to reach over into deep spaces like that. So this narrow working area, I'm loving it. I have the room that I need because it is 8 feet in length, but being able just to reach over and tend to all my plants and in this narrow space like this, I love it. This is perfect for me. And the next garden bed I get, it will be the 32-inch. That's going to take it up higher, so I won't even have to bend down. And I can't wait. I already have one in mind, okay? The next step is to completely fill the bed. Um, I've filled it halfway to the point where there's at least, I'd say about 6 to 7 inches. I know I said 10 to 12, but 10 or 12, okay? The more you add, it weighs down. It packs down, it becomes impacted. So once I add that new soil, I'm adding old soil now and compost. So this is a mixture of compost and old used soil, okay? Nothing goes to waste. I've been using this rich, fertile, used soil over here that came from the broccoli plants and the cabbage plants. I've been reusing that. So I haven't even had to go buy new soil yet. I do have some, but as far as buying more in order to fill the bed, I haven't had to do that yet. I just imagine myself coming in with just bags and bags of it. But with all the used soil that I have here, good, rich, fertile soil that I was just growing cabbages and broccoli in just weeks ago. You can literally say weeks ago. That I was growing food in these containers over here. I'm taking the used soil out of those containers and I'm using it in the raised bed. And then I'm going to amend it with bone meal, blood meal, either earthworm castings. Of course, I'm going to add your perlite and vermiculite, things like that, and reuse it. And I'm halfway through. I can't wait to get it completely filled because I have some transplants in the greenhouse that actually are mature enough to go into the soil. So I'm sorry I could not finish it today. I know I promised part 2, but I couldn't finish it. So it'll be for another day. I had other things that I had to attend to, so I couldn't get to my garden today, but I'm out here, of course, you know I do my inspection, and I am so pleased with how everything looks. I'm looking at those cabbages, what I just showed you, the kale, the cabbage, the lettuce, and I'm noticing that beautiful deep green. That means it's getting lots of good nitrogen. For leafy greens, you want nitrogen. Okay, but I'm making sure it also gets enough phosphorus and, you know, the whole NPK, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the potassium, all of that. And my strawberries are holding strong. I'm so worried about my strawberries because I've had a bad experience with strawberries before. But this time I think I'm doing well. And I actually have a little side plant that came from one strawberry bush or plant, and another root had started. So I put that in a separate planter and started a second strawberry plant. And I'll let you look at that before I go inside. I just got home, so I didn't have time to really do anything in the Joy Garden today. Nothing but look at it. So, but I just wanted to hop on real quick and just let you see how far I got. So the next step will be that top layer of good, rich, raised bed soil that we're actually going to plant in. So, all right, you guys, let's go look at that strawberry plant. Okay, right here. It looks nice. Everything looks good. I'm so happy. Let me set this up. Try not to do too much shaky cam. I hope that's a good shot for you guys. All right. I'm going to have to do a little more rearranging. So that's one thing I'll have to do. Because over here, where those collards, over here where those the older collards and those mustards are, in that area, I will be putting my second L-shaped raised bed. So that area over there is going to have to be cleared out before, and I have to assemble the raised bed, and I'll place it over there. I have to put down more landscape fabric. So I do have some things to do, but it's under control. And I'll tell you why. It's because the more you do, when I say things like, if you can't do a lot, do a little, those little things that I do add up. So the maintenance that I do, even if it's just a little, it helps because it doesn't pile up. My tasks or my chores, they don't pile up because I do a little here, a little there. And so when I come to do a large job, like when I put that raised bed there, it was nothing because I kept that area maintained. So the hardest thing to do was to put the raised bed together. And even that was simple. Once I placed put the raised bed together, all I did was go over there and just move the totes over, the old containers over to the side. And then I placed the new bed in its place and just started filling. Because of the little maintenance that I do in spurts, all of that adds up. So when it comes time to do a new thing, the transition is easier. So I'm very happy about that. I'm proud of that I'm able to maintain the garden. I always say maintaining the joy garden. So anyway, I always come out, look over everything, and just, even if that's all I get a chance to do is inspect it and make sure everything is growing well and that no insects are attacking, or there's something that I could head it off at the pass. It's like this before it gets a foothold. Okay, but let me show you my baby strawberry plant. This little baby came off the larger strawberry plant down here. Okay, and then I have another strawberry plant in the greenhouse that I just bought from Clegg's, and it's a Chandler. So I'm not sure what this one is. I forgot what this strawberry plant is. But this came off of the larger strawberry plant. And I learned that when you see the vine start developing roots, you can take that and keep it connected. So I kept it connected to the main plant. And then I placed the new root in a soil by itself until it became established roots in the new pot. And then that's when I severed it from the main plant. Okay, that's something I learned, a little tip that I picked up from someone. And I'm glad I learned that because, see, without knowing, I would have just clipped that off but instead, I knew that was an actual a separate plant growing, so I gave it a place to grow in. Okay. I just had a little bit of old soil. I'm sorry, new soil. I had some new soil and some peat moss and perlite already mixed. I was using it for a small container where I was uh, doing some spinach and things like that. So I already had some new soil and peat moss in this wheelbarrow. So I decided to go ahead and put it into the raised bed. I just couldn't help myself. I felt like I had to do something because I feel like I missed the whole day. That's okay though. Tomorrow's another day, and I'll be able to come out here and completely fill my raised bed. So I just wanted to hop on real quick and let you know part two is coming. Okay? Part two is coming. You'll see this raised bed completely filled and up and ready to go. Because, hey, it's time to grow some more groceries, okay? All right, you guys. Bye now.